Cuthbert Didier says it is a monopolistic system of little to no benefits to anyone. The economist is speaking about the current government-controlled mechanism to determine the price of gas at the pumps. Didier wants to see that system change to a free market mechanism. It would mean that world market prices, not the government, would determine the price of gas.
Ultimately, the customer will benefit. The customer will not only benefit when it goes down, but also the customer can therefore curb habits when it goes up and start to do real planning. The age of subsidizing is gone. We are in a world market crunch, and I think governments also have to start being fiscally responsible, and there are some things we can no longer afford to subsidize.
Prime Minister Stephenson King says his government is currently studying the free market approach. The Petroleum Dealers Association is not as receptive. Association President Clinton Shalry says the country is not ready for what he terms a radical change.
One needs to be realistic in dealing with your business. And in the case of government themselves, I'm sure they would be budgeting a certain bit of revenue emanating from the taxes they get from gas. All right? And the only way they can perform well is to satisfy the budget that they have established, is to be able to get the revenue.
Shalry does propose an alternative. He says it will benefit consumers, dealers, and the government.
I think it's a much safer thing for government to have maybe a review every 6 months or every year. Based on the fluctuation, you're better able to determine what you think should happen, at what rate you really should get. That can keep themselves as government, or us as dealers. And I'm sure even the suppliers themselves as well, so that they would not under budget or over budget.
Didier knows there will be resistance to his suggestion. He says dealers need to recognize times like the global economy has changed.
We need to get used to real-time market forces, and in the long run it will be more beneficial in that it will be less taxes indirectly in other areas, because governments will not have to subsidize the price that we are presently benefiting from. It is a tough sell, but it is reality.
The government raised the price of gas and diesel to $12.75 per gallon in January. Prime Minister King says the increase was necessitated by the rising cost of oil, which at one time was close to $150 a barrel. The price of oil is currently $50 a barrel. Carmi Joseph, HTS News, Channel 4.